Well, somewhere here in Baltimore and around Maryland, there are men and women who are tonight enjoying newfound freedom. They were wrongfully convicted. Some spent decades behind bars, away from their families for crimes they did not commit. Tonight, the stories of some Baltimore men who finally got someone to hear them, to believe in them, and to prove their innocence. The sounds of freedom. That's good. The sounds of delayed justice.
We went through hell. This opportunity that was given to us is unreal.
I've been always dreaming of this.
This was a day 36 years in the making. Alfred Chestnut, Ransom Watkins, and Andrew Stewart walked into fresh air as free men, having been wrongfully convicted of the murder of Dwayne Duckett at Harlan Park Middle School in 1983. From day one, they proclaimed their innocence, a fact that was proven by the Mid-Atlantic Innocence Project and the Baltimore State's Attorney's Office of Conviction Integrity. But this is only one case. Nationwide, since 1989, 2,548 people were released from prison because they were incarcerated for a crime they did not commit. Decades of their lives lost.
The shooter had an all-black t-shirt on, and my picture was in the photo array with an all-black t-shirt on, and they said I look like the shooter.
Do you look like the shooter?
I look nothing like him. We just both dark-skinned.
This is 36-year-old Lamarque Johnson. He too was wrongfully convicted, accused of a murder that happened on March 26, 2004. The victim, 31-year-old Carlos Sawyer, was shot on the corner of McElderry Street and Patterson Park Avenue. Lamar was several blocks south on North Collington. He served 13 years in prison.
I didn't know the victim.
Did you know the real shooter?
No. To this day, I don't know how it happened. I said, no, y'all got the wrong person. They said, no, we got two young witnesses who identified it. I said, this is a mistake.
The #1 cause of wrongful convictions is eyewitness error.
Sean Armbruce is the executive director of the Mid-Atlantic Innocence Project, an agency that works to free people like the ones you see here, each locked up for a crime they didn't commit.
They say, well, tell us that, just say that the victim poured the knife out on you, because we know he poured the knife out on you, and you'll get second-degree murder. I said, I didn't kill this man.
The reason people are wrongfully convicted range from detectives under pressure to make arrests, to equally overworked and underfunded prosecutors seeking convictions, to public defenders who have high caseloads, poor evidence, coerced confessions, or pressured eyewitnesses.
We're not talking about people lying. We're talking about witnesses who tried to make an identification and got it wrong. It's really hard to expose that in court because they're not lying.
And in most cases, the wrongfully convicted are poor, black, and live in areas where there is high crime.
The cynic in me says to be born white and wealthy so that you don't find yourself the target of this or the victim of any kind of implicit bias.
For people like Lamarque Johnson, getting out can be almost as traumatizing as being locked up. He had to learn how to live free.
I need to do therapy. I still got a long way to go because I still got to grow as a person.
When you walk along the streets in Baltimore right now,
yes,
a free man,
yeah,
how does it feel?
It still feels surreal. Like sometimes I wake up and I can't believe that I'm actually home because it's like the nightmare is finally over. I don't take nothing for granted, the little things, just being able to walk down the street, go to the store. It just feels so good to be free.
Lamarque Johnson is one of the lucky ones. He has his own place to live. He is working for a local real estate company, and he wants to pay it forward, possibly starting his own nonprofit to help others like him who have been freed from prison and now must attempt to regain the portions of their lives that were lost.